Welcome to Lafayette, Louisiana, home to the Ragin' Cajuns of the University of Louisiana and the site of the clash we have in store for you today. We've got a terrific matchup for you today, rich in pageantry and tradition, and it ought to be a fantastic clash. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the Memphis Tigers, taking on a team from the American, the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Ragin' Cajuns will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Tigers offense will have the first possession of the game. And, David, we've got a quarterback today who's been known for making enough plays when his team needs them.
Yeah, and listen, he's a guy that this offense is built around him. But, Jesse, he's not the guy that's going to take over. He needs the running game to get going. He needs the passing game. He needs a little bit of balance. Really good football player, but he needs the help of the quality teammates around him.
Yeah, you're right. I think the one thing we've seen with this guy is he's got to get into a rhythm in games early, right? And so whether it's running the football or getting a few completions early to get his confidence going, because once that happens, he's very, very good.
And the Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Good timing on the quick out. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Memphis getting set to snap it on 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. He'll keep it himself. Oh, better look out! Breaks into the open. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. Memphis picking up the tempo.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
Can't get him to the ground. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcat. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Memphis will be forced to punt. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. And that, my friends, is getting the perfect bounce, the perfect punt, the perfect roll. They'll have them locked down inside their own 5. The Ragin' Cajuns offense will try to get something started with their first possession. Hopefully we'll see a performance today like the one that this guy had last week when basically he just ran wild through the defense.
He made that defense look silly. Out in the open field, he was making people miss, breaking tackles, scoring touchdown after touchdown. And this offense has vowed to find new ways to get him the football. So we're going to see something else that we haven't seen before because of this guy's unique talent in this one.
Yeah, and the defense, all eyes on him. That will be the main focus. More guys in the box. I wonder if it opens up the play-action game and the perimeter throws and maybe some big plays through the air because they know he is the man, he is the guy, he is priority number 1.
Back to throw, it's Byrne. On the move, he fires. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down. Now on 1st down from the 28.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Wants to throw again. Unloads it left. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. From the gun, wants to pass. Another incompletion on third down. And the Raging Cajuns will call on their punt team. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Boots his first of the day away. He was called on 4 times in the victory last week. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. Quarterback on the keeper. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. The Tigers can really attack on this second and short. And he drops it, just took his eye off of it at the last minute. Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. Direct snap. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough for the first down, and they might mark that down to use the Wildcat again. Tight end now in motion. He'll ride his man on the option. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. It'll be 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Complete to the right. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
The Tigers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Finds a little space. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the first down. Motion from the wideout. They'll run the option. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2. And the Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. The option look. Makes his man miss. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line? The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Trying the left side. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. Never a doubt. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
Big-time rivalry game in football heaven today, gentlemen. Texas A&M and Texas, and here is the very latest. Texas A&M packed a wallop today, and in many ways it felt like it packed the 12th man with them, too. This was supposed to be a road test, and instead it felt like a walk through the park in College Station. An SEC clash and an impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. The Raging Cajuns trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
When you got 3rd and this long, everybody knows what's coming. It's going to be a pass. Defensive linemen get to tee off. They know exactly what's coming. Go get the quarterback. It is your dream. That is what you live for. It's what you practice in the offseason for. I want sacks just like that.
And the Raging Cajuns will line up to punt it away. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Wants to bring it back. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll start this drive at their own 48. They'll run the option. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Now on the option. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. That's the end of the quarter, and Memphis has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the big tight end. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack.
I'd be worried right now if I were this head coach. I've already had my starting quarterback knocked out of the game. I'm watching my backup quarterback now get ragdolled around as well. What can we do to protect him and give ourselves a chance to win this game?
Memphis will send the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. Looking to throw, it's Byrne. Finds his man, it's Smith. He gets it up to the 17 before being wrestled out of bounds. The Raging Cajuns with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Caught in the backfield, it's Smith. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down.
And I love the idea of getting this guy screen throws because of his ability after the catch. So nice job getting downfield, getting a hat-on-hat, and giving him a tunnel to run through.
And the Raging Cajuns headed quickly to the line. Looking downfield on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Smith. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After that last completion, it's 2nd down. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Makuba. That'll be enough for a 1st down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48. The Raging Cajuns are moving quickly down the field. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Going to swing it on 2nd down. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose.
Woo. Deep breath, right, man? You fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Louisiana! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
Yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like that receiver's streaking straight down the outside of the field, and my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. Receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch, touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, you could make a case this is the game of the week in the SEC. Ole Miss is down, but they are not out of it. Not when that crowd spent the morning in the Grove getting ready for this one. Let's see how those fans impact the rest of this game. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Oklahoma. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have SEC fans buzzing all week. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Back has it. Running into the open space. Got the first down. Looking for more. He's all the way out to the 32-yard line before he's forced out of bounds. He'll do it himself.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see.
There he goes. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. They'll send the tight end in motion. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. 6th play of the drive coming up. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Got it set up on the outside. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Punt is in the air. And the return man will have no chance as the ball sails out of bounds. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time.
On that RPO play, I don't hate the decision by the quarterback not to hand it off and throw it deep down the field. I just don't like the throw. Not an accurate throw. He
lofts it high and deep down the left side. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down. Back to throw, it's Byrne. With the catch, it's Nichols. Made a defender miss. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
They stop him behind the line of scrimmage. He ran through one guy, but not through the rest. Back to pass on 2nd down. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. And the Raging Cajuns come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. He finds a dead spot in the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. After coming up with back-to-back explosive plays, here they are first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking for the goal line. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. This whole red zone offense thing has been a little shaky. They've been stopped. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Raging Cajun.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
Getting set for the point after. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
14, Memphis, 3.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete. Behind the chains now on second and long. Back to throw, time running short in the half. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. Handoff from the gun. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The kick is on its way. He'll field the punt. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. To the air, it's Byrne. Here's a heat. Working that left side now. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Got his man downfield. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Looking to throw on first down. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Of 5 yards on the play. Third down coming up.
We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great atmosphere today in Lafayette. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true 3-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and in the deep ball, he is a problem. And I don't think this defense has the solution. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas inside Our Lady of Lourdes Stadium.
Memphis about to boot it away to start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
The Raging Cajuns really need to keep this drive alive on third down. To the air, it's Byrne. Dumps it to the back. Makes the grab. Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. And the Raging Cajuns with the 1st and 10. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Looking to fire. Throws to the tight end. Makes the grab. He'll work his way down to the 28. The Raging Cajuns want to move quickly.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Gonna run it. It's Nichols. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. 7th play of the drive coming up, and a long way to go on third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. He'll need to strike this one cleanly from 48 yards out. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And now the lead is extended a little further.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And he'll bring it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
And you've already sent your punter out 4 times. At least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. And down he goes back at the 3.
Well, the defense has the opponent backed up in their own end, and they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback. You see the athleticism and the speed they have up front as they're able to notch that sack.
Memphis will be forced to punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take it. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
Looking to pass. It's Byrne. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
Man, this defensive end is a monster. I mean, you've seen his athleticism and his speed and his bend and his flexibility. He now has 2 sacks, and there's still a lot of football to play.
And the Raging Cajuns have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. They'll move the wide receiver. The give on the inside. Turning it on! Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Already in field goal range, but now trying to convert this 3rd and long from the 20. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. From the left hash, he'll try to bend in a 37-yarder. It's good. And that lead grows even bigger. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's recap that Big 12 matchup that just went final moments ago. Kansas proved it is battle-tested and capable of winning any place, any time after this one. And just think of the confidence this Jayhawks team gained today. Invaluable, if you ask me. Big 12 football at its finest, gentlemen. Just when you think you have things figured out, a game like this happens.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Rides to back and leaves it. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26. 3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. Punt is on its way. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Off play action on 1st down. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking downfield, it's Byrne. Rushes on him. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
It is hard to continue to get up and get up and get up like he has, being sacked time after time again. But this QB, this offense, they're undeterred. They're continuing to put drives together, and most importantly, they're winning the football game.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. The Raging Cajuns will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Finding an escape route. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. 2nd down coming up.
At the 3rd and 1. Brings up 2nd down.
Red pass, it's complete. And they'll move the chains with the 1st down, but that might be it for the 3rd quarter. They go back to work in the final period of this one. That's the end of the period. It's Louisiana in the lead. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. To the air on first down. Looking deep. Pulls it in down the sideline. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the...
Throws toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. Always a welcome play from the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Makes the catch at the 20. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. They'll move the tight end. He'll pull it on the read. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. And he's dragged down. 8th play of the drive coming. It'll be a 3rd and 6. Wide receiver going in motion. On the option. The give to the back. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3. And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. That'll close the gap to 14.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. Bringing the heat. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on first down.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football there.
He'll keep it himself. He's going to lose a yard on that one. And the Raging Cajuns come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. To the air. It's Byrne. Caught near the sticks. It's Baptiste. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
I tell you what, if I'm this QB, I am ill as a hornet at my offensive line. Are you kidding me? That's the 6th time they put me on the ground. Dudes, will y'all protect me a little bit better, please?
The Raging Cajuns now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Throwing right. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. He's looking downfield to throw. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. And the Raging Cajuns send out the punt unit. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. On the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back to pass. Pressure coming. And here's a fumble way behind the line. And the defense jumps on it. They get that turnover.
And the offense goes 5 wides and spreads the field. The problem is that spreads you thin. And you only got 5 guys in protection, and they don't do a good enough job up front. The defense gets home, forces the fumble. Big play for this defense.
Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Power football with the run. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. He gets it oh so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Good right down the boulevard. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And with that kick, man, it's a tall order for the other side. I mean, down 3 possessions. Like, this offense is going to have to get the ball and do something with it, and do it quickly if they want to get back in this football game.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Memphis has the ball back, and the offense ready to go to work. As talented as this guy is, the coverage is tighter. There's not as much space to fit the ball in. He's having to learn on the job as a young signal caller. The passing game's really been ineffective. They just haven't been able to generate explosive plays.
This offense is going to have to get more aggressive. Like, they can't take many more shots short down the field and not getting gains. They've got to keep their foot on the gas. They've got to take some shots, work the middle of the field, but make some big plays down a couple possessions.
Gets the back moving. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Goes to the option. They bring him down, but not before he picks up a Memphis 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
You can skin the cat a lot of different ways. You're just trying to get enough yards to pick up that 1st down. It's not the dive man. It's not the quarterback. He makes the right read, pitches it out.
Oh, he's got some space. And he keeps it himself. A good decision there, and it gives this offense a 1st down.
And that's a nice job by this QB. Great job. You show patience, right? Like, if they don't come take me, I'm going to keep running. That's how I go pick up another 1st down, move the sticks, and this offense can keep churning.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
The Tigers moving quickly to the line. On the option. The pitch. Oh, it's a fumble. And this fumble will squirt out of bounds. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. Just when they're looking run, now up top. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Motion from the wide receiver. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Line getting set on second down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Here comes the option. They'll give it to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Off the play fake. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35. Well, look at this. 4th down and a mile and a half, and the offense is still on the field. He'll ride his man on the option. Here's the handoff. He is stopped short of the line to gain. The 4th down try goes awry, and that might just do it. It's a draw. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. They'll line up for a 2nd down play.
Brings up 2nd down.
You know, there's no real reason to panic, but if you think about it, when does panicking ever really help? But certainly this was a bitterly disappointing outcome.
And you can look at a lot of different statistics, and I know we tend to overcomplicate college football these days, but guys, at the end of the day, it comes down to 2 very simple things. You can't turn the ball over, and you can't have penalties. You do those things, David, and it'll beat you every time.
That's the difference between winning and losing. It's the small things, but find those things that you need to improve on. Keep working on them. Keep developing. Those things you do well, dude, let's do those. Let's do more of those things more consistently.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
the only one watching.